Matrixx and Roadshow fans, we are back with another video. And this morning, I wake up to the very, very sad news that the late, great Gene Hackman has passed away at the age of 95. Gene Hackman was a legend. An absolute legend, guys. He was in a lot of great movies that a lot of people like. He's been retired for like the past 20 years. I believe The Royal Tenenbaums was the last movie that he was actually in. That came out, 2004? I remember actually seeing that movie in the movie theater. But for me, Gene Hackman will always be Lex Luthor. Of course, he was in the Donner Superman movies with Christopher Reeve. And he was also in Superman 4 too, by the way. Not a good movie, but I love watching it because he's in it. And of course, Christopher Reeve is Superman. I mean, Christopher Reeve is Superman. You cannot top that. But Gene Hackman was my Lex Luthor. Okay. But there is some strange circumstances around his death. Now, he was 95, but he wasn't the only one that died. His wife died also, and also his dog. So what really happened? He lived in New Mexico. I remember last year they showed a picture of him and his wife out in public. I guess, they don't really picture him too much since he's been retired for like 20 years. But still, his wife was 63. They had been married for like 30 years. What really happened to Gene Hackman, his wife, and his dog? The police don't suspect foul play, but we'll have to see what actually happened. So let's get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, support us by becoming a channel member here on YouTube, or supporting us on Locals if you're watching on Rumble to get access to our member live stream, guys. Here we go. Right over here, guys. Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman, wife found dead in Santa Fe home. An investigation into the deaths of the couple and their dog is ongoing, according to Santa Fe police. Now, me just right off the top, guys, something is telling me it was probably carbon monoxide poisoning. That's the only thing that can actually come to my mind. I mean, you're in your home. Not exactly sure how long they were actually dead too, by the way. But they were found, I believe, yesterday. So carbon monoxide poisoning is the only thing that's coming to my mind right now. But I could be wrong. Don't really know. It says here, Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman was found dead alongside his wife, classical pianist Betsy Arakawa, and their dog in their Santa Fe home on Wednesday afternoon. Hackman was 95 at the time of his death, and his wife 63. The office confirmed that foul play is not suspected as a factor in the deaths at this time, but the cause of death has not been determined. An investigation is ongoing. On February 26, 2025, at approximately 1:45 p.m., Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to an address on Old Sunset Trail in Hyde Park, where Gene Hackman, 95, and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, 64, and a dog were found deceased. The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office told Fox News Digital early Thursday morning. I'm wondering who actually notified the police. How did they even know that Gene Hackman was dead? Was it some friends trying to get in contact with them? But, maybe for like a few days, and maybe there was no answer on their phones. Nobody's answering the door. That could be it too. Hackman was best known for his Oscar-winning performances in The French Connection and Unforgiven, very good movie. He appeared as villains, heroes, and anti-heroes in dozens of dramas, comedies, and action films from the 1960s until his retirement in the early 2000s. I can tell you one Gene Hackman movie, man, that I really like, The Poseidon Adventure, man. That came out in the 70s. Very, very good movie. I mean, he had good movies in the 70s, 80s, 90s. And by the way, speaking of the 90s, Gene Hackman was in Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington. An excellent movie. Gene Hackman was the captain of the submarine, and Denzel Washington was his XO. Very good movie. Also, Enemy of the State. That came out with 1996 with Will Smith. He played Brill, and he was actually helping Will Smith evade the government because the government was after Will Smith. I mean, it just showed you how much government corruption was out there. And look what we're actually living in right now, guys. I mean, that was a great movie too as well. Go ahead and name your favorite Gene Hackman movie, man. For me, it's got to be Superman. Got to be Superman. It says here, Hackman also had a breakout performance in Bonnie and Clyde, a comic interlude in Young Frankenstein, a turn as the comic book villain Lex Luthor in Superman, and the title character in Wes Anderson's 2001 The Royal Tenenbaums. Quote, the loss of a great artist always cause for mourning and celebration. Gene Hackman, a great actor, inspiring and magnificent in his work and complexity. Francis Ford Coppola, who wrote and directed the 1974 film The Conversation, which Hackman starred in, wrote on Instagram, quote, I mourn his loss and celebrate his existence and contribution. I have not seen this movie, The Conversation, but this is a picture right here of Gene Hackman in the French Connection right there. Another movie I haven't seen. So, Eugene Alden Hackman was born January 30th, 1930 in San Bernardino, California, and grew up in Danville, Illinois, where his father worked as a pressman for the commercial news. His parents fought repeatedly, and his father often used his fists on Hackman to take out his rage. Man, didn't know that. According to the Associated Press, the boy found refuge in movie houses, identifying with Errol Flynn and James Cadney as his role models. When Gene was 13, his father waved goodbye and drove off, never to return. The abandonment was a lasting injury to Gene. His mother had become an alcoholic and was constantly at odds with her mother, with whom the shattered family lived. Gene had a younger brother at 16. He suddenly got the itch to get out, lying about his age, and enlisted in the U.S. Marines. I did not know that Gene Hackman was a Marine. I did not know that, man. An article on the Department of Defense's website said doing that was a fairly common practice before the advent of computer records, and that Hackman served from 1947 to 1952 as a field radio operator and broadcast journalist. Yeah, I know, like during World War II, there was a bunch of people, young men, that lied about their ages to actually go and fight the war. Yeah. So they have right there. And of course, how could we forget Hoosiers, man? Everybody loves Hoosiers with Gene Hackman. Another iconic role right there, guys. But there you have it, man. A legend is gone. What is your favorite Gene Hackman movie? Let us know that. I mean, 95, very, very old, almost to 100. That's a long life, man. Definitely seemed like he definitely had hardships as a young man. But man, he was a great actor, man. A very, very good actor. So, gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Matrixx and Roadshow fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.